Hello boys and girls, welcome back to Granny's Place. I'm so glad you could join me today for some more stories. I think it was last time that I showed you this book of Bible stories. It's called The Bible in Pictures for Little Eyes. So I used this so often when our children were young and about your age. So look, the pages are falling out. So that's a good sign because it's a wonderful book and I do want to share it with you. So I'll just lift up the pages, show you one page at a time, and let's jump right in. This man's name is Noah. Can you say his name? I am glad to say that this man loves God very much. He wants to do whatever God tells him to do. He is a good man. God has told him to build a big boat. It is so big that it takes him a long time to build it. Can you see the big boat he is building? See how hard he and his sons are working? They are working so hard because God has told him to build the boat, and he is happy to do whatever God says. Do you know why God wants Noah to have a boat? It is because God is going to send so much rain that all the ground and the houses will be covered with water. And if he does not have a boat, he will die. The waters would go over his head and he would drown. But if he is in the boat, he will be safe and dry. God is going to take care of Noah and his family and keep them safe and dry. Do you remember this man's name? It's Noah. What is he doing? He's building a boat. And why is he building the big boat? Because God told him to. God told him that there was going to be big rain and he would need to go in the boat with his family. Let's read the next one. At last, Noah's boat is all finished. Can you see the boat in the picture? It is away in the back, over by the sun. See how nice the boat looks. Now it's time for Noah and his family to go into the boat. God tells Noah to take a mother and daddy lion with him into the boat. He tells him to take a mother and daddy bear too. A mother and daddy of every kind of animal are going into the boat because that is what God said. In the picture, you can see all the animals going into the boat. Maybe all the people laughed at Noah for believing that God would make it rain so hard. But Noah didn't care. He believed God and he got in the boat. Then God sent the rain. Now let's do the questions. Where are all those animals going? Well, they're going in the boat, right? Who told those animals to get into the boat? That was Noah. And why did God want the animals in the boat? Because he was going to send a big rain, and he wanted the animals to be safe. Here's the next story. After Noah and his family and the animals all went into the boat, God sent the rain. It rained and rained all day and all night and for many days and nights. Down and down the rain came until all the flowers and bushes were covered up with water. Soon, all the houses and trees and people were covered up with water too. Noah and his family were safe in the boat where God is taking care of them. The animals are safe too. The bird that you see in this picture is a dove that was inside the boat. Noah let it go out to see if it could find a home. But now it's coming back to the boat because of all the water. Now let's do the questions. Where are all the flowers and houses? Well, they're under the water. Where is Noah and his family? They are safe in the boat. Where are all the other people in the world? Sadly, they drowned. God was punishing them because they didn't believe in him. Let's read one more Bible story together. How happy Noah and his family are now. They are not in the boat anymore. Now at last the water has all gone away and the ground is dry again. Now Noah and his family have come out of the boat onto the dry land. They can see the grass again and the flowers and trees. Now the little children can run and play. Can you see what Noah is doing? He is praying to God. God is glad because Noah is praying. God says he will never again punish bad people by sending so much rain to kill them. God promised. He put a rainbow in the clouds because of his promise. Do you see the rainbow in the picture? Have you ever seen a rainbow outside your house? Whenever you see a rainbow, it is God telling you that he loves you. Now for the questions. Who are these people? This is Noah and his family. What are they doing? They are praying to God. And what is that up in the sky? That is the rainbow of promise that God would never again send a flood to cover the world. Thanks for listening, boys and girls. We'll come back to our Bible storybook next time. And now we're going to go and take a look and see what other books we have today. Oh, this is one of my favorites. This book is called The Very Clumsy Beetle. It's by Carle. Let's read this one together. One fine morning, a young beetle decided to go for a walk. At noon, it climbed up and down a flower. In the afternoon, it rummaged through a pile of pebbles. In the evening, it crawled among the tall blades of grass. And when it turned night, the young beetle crept up a tree. After a while, it got tired and it fell to the ground. It landed on its back. The young beetle tried very hard to turn over onto its feet, but it couldn't. "Help!" it cried. All along, a wise old beetle had been watching the young beetle. Tomorrow morning, I will teach you how to click and flip through the air and land on your feet, said the wise old click beetle. In the meantime, you may as well go to sleep. Good night. The next morning, the wise old click beetle said, "Look at me. This is how it's done." First it turned on its back, and then, with a loud click, it flipped through the air and landed on its feet. "Now, you try it," said the wise old beetle. "Thank you, that looks easy," replied the young click beetle. Just then, an earthworm stuck his head up out of the ground. "Look at me," said the young click beetle. And with a loud click, it flipped through the air. But it landed on its back. "How very clumsy of me," said the young click beetle. Just then, a turtle ambled by. "Better luck next time," said the turtle. "Keep on trying." "Look at me," said the young click beetle, and with a loud click, it flipped through the air, but it landed on its back. "How very clumsy of me," said the young click beetle. Just then, a snail slithered by. "Don't worry," said the snail. "You'll get there." "Look at me," said the young click beetle, and with a click, it flipped through the air, but it landed on its back. "How very clumsy of me," said the young click beetle. Just then, a mouse scurried by. "You need a little more practice," said the mouse. "Look at me," said the young click beetle, and with a loud click, it flipped through the air, but it landed on its back. Just then, oh, what was this? The young click beetle had never seen anything so big. It could not move. It was scared. "Quick, click, and flip," cried the wise old click beetle, who was watching. And the young click beetle clicked and flipped through the air. But this time it did 3 graceful somersaults. Woo, 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 woo. And landed on its feet. "Look at you," shouted the wise old click beetle. "You have done it." The end. What a happy story. Let's read one more, okay? This one is called The Show and Tell Surprise. The Show and Tell Surprise. Teddy Margulies, illustrated by Steve Heffley. Emily Elizabeth looked up from her desk. She heard a rumble. She felt the room shake. Emily Elizabeth knew what that meant. So did everyone in her class. "Here comes Clifford," they all yelled. "It's time to go home." "Don't forget, Monday is show and tell," Miss Carrington said. "I'm going to bring something cool from Jamaica," Charlie said. "I'm going to bring something really special, Jetta boasted. Emily Elizabeth did not say anything. She did not know what to bring. Emily Elizabeth and Clifford went to the beach to look for something special. While Emily Elizabeth looked, Clifford dug. He dug and he dug. And he dug. What a special anchor, Emily Elizabeth said. My class will love it. Jetta sniffed. That's just like the anchor I brought for show and tell last year, she said. Oh, Clifford, Emily Elizabeth sighed, we must find something special on this beach. Then Emily Elizabeth looked down. And Clifford looked up. Up, up, up. Wow, Emily Elizabeth cried. Clifford lifted her to the top of the cliff. On the cliff was an old nest. It still had some feathers and eggshells inside. This will be great for show and tell, Emily Elizabeth said. Clifford said, woof, and he poked his nose into the nest. Achoo! Oh no, Emily Elizabeth said. Then she giggled. Clifford looked so funny when he sneezed. Emily Elizabeth left the beach and went to town. Maybe Mom has something special in her shop, she told Clifford. Emily Elizabeth came out of the shop with a coral necklace. But it wasn't as special as Jetta's coral statue. And Emily Elizabeth felt like crying. But she laughed when she saw what Clifford was doing. Come on, she said, let's get a snack. Emily Elizabeth saw Charlie. Did you find something for show and tell? She asked him. I'm bringing my steel drum, he said. What are you bringing? I don't know, Emily Elizabeth said. Clifford and I spent the whole day looking for something. We went swinging, we went cliff climbing and shopping in the town, but we did not find anything special. That sounds like fun, though, Charlie said. Clifford is a cool dog. He sure is, Emily Elizabeth said. Well, I hope you find something for show and tell, Charlie said. Thanks, Emily Elizabeth said. I think I just did. On Monday, Emily Elizabeth showed up for show and tell. She was not alone. Hooray, it's Clifford, everyone shouted and cheered. But Jetta did not. I knew you'd bring that a big old red dog, she said. Emily Elizabeth just grinned and smiled. Of course, she said. Clifford is really special. The end. What another great story. Well, I'm so glad you could join me on this summer day. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night, and I will see you next time at Granny's Place. Take care. Bye-bye.